Greetings and salutations. Welcome to a very special edition of Open Door Live. I am with Miss Mariama Whyte, and she does so many things I can't just put one label on her. I know she's a singer, she's an actress, she's an entrepreneur, she's a voice actress, she does all kinds of stuff. I'm sure you're probably a businesswoman as well, but you have something coming up on the 27th of October, and I don't want to take any further delays. I want you to get right to it because it is definitely going to be the place to be at 4 o'clock at Breakthrough Sounds on October 27th. So Mariama, spill the beans for us.
Sure. Expansion, a special evening with Mariama Whyte. That is me. Expansion is an experience. Expansion is an inspiration that I recently came up with in the past, I want to say maybe 5-6 weeks. So this idea of expansion is a full display of my personality and my passions. So when I say that, I love to gather people. I love to entertain. Of course, I love to sing. I love to perform. And I've also expanded into becoming a speaker. And so I love to be able to speak into people's lives. So when people come to expansion, they are not just getting the singer, they are not just getting the speaker, but they're also getting the person who loves to be able to gather people, to inspire people, and for people to connect. So expansion is...
Okay, I'll call you later.
Expansion is my way of inspiring and entertaining the Cleveland community. And on Sunday, this past Sunday, I turned 49. So this is also a celebration of my 49th birthday. I wasn't able to do it on my actual birthday. However, I'm looking forward to seeing Cleveland come on out on the 27th. And the reason why I'm so excited about this is because I feel personally that I've come into this place in my life where my music, my inspirations, the messages that I share, I feel that I'm really understanding more of my purpose. I've always been very, very connected to my purpose, but as I feel like as I'm expanding and as I'm growing and as I'm changing, I feel very, very grounded in who I am and what I do and why I do it. Music for me is not just something that I do. It is something that I do to serve. It is something that I do to inspire and of course, and to entertain. And so expansion is for someone who wants, of course, to be entertained, someone who wants to be outside of their comfort zone and just experience something different in Cleveland, a different expression of who I am and also who they are. Expansion is for someone who wants to feel celebrated, who wants to be in an environment of transformation, an environment of inspiration, of course, entertainment. And transformation is for someone who just wants to be able to feel connected to the city. We have a lot of different types of events, amazing events in Cleveland. Sometimes they're just networking events, right? Or you may just go to a concert just to hear music, or you may go to an inspirational message just to hear a message. You come to expansion, you're getting an expansive, immersive experience. So this is why I'm so excited about it. Expansion, a special evening with Mariama Whyte.
I can see why you're excited about it, and perhaps it's just me, perhaps it's the algorithms, but I've been noticing a lot more Mariama Whyte, at least on Facebook. So definitely getting the word out there. And to those who don't know you, you've been involved in quite a few major productions. Some folks may not know, or maybe they do, but you actually appeared on Broadway. You're no stranger to Karamu. You've done things there and just all over Northeast Ohio. And then I turn around and I see something that you posted where you got a voiceover job or you got an actress job and you're on television, you're just doing all kinds of things. You've described the event so far, but I want you to give the viewers and the listeners perhaps maybe kind of an itinerary, because you,
Sure.
I think, are going to be singing, but there may be some time when you're sharing pearls of wisdom with the audience. And then on top of that, you've written a new song, and I think the song and the title are connected. So I want you to dive deep into that and and let folks know what this is all about.
For sure, for sure. So when you come to Expansion, it starts at 4 o'clock. So you'll be able to have time to mix and mingle, to network and connect. You never know who you may meet in a room, right? New people, for people to connect in Cleveland. So for about a good 40 minutes, you come in. Sometimes, people may come in a little bit late and just kind of hang out. So you'll have some time really to connect. That is what that time is for, from 4 to about 4:40. I will take the stage at 4:45 to share an inspirational message, a brand new message for this particular event. And so this message is me sharing some of my story of transformation and expansion. And it's also me giving some pearls of wisdom, some advice and pearls of wisdom, and how people can start to experience their own transformation and expansion. And so I'm really, really excited about that as well. And then brief intermission. And then I'm going to get up and I'm going to sing. Okay, so I'm going to sing some songs that are familiar to some fans that may be new to people, but some songs that are already released. I may sing a couple of cover songs. I may. And I'm also very excited to sing my new single that's called Beyond, that I just released last Monday. And that is on Bandcamp. I'm also going to share some songs that are going to be on my upcoming album. So this is an exclusive opportunity. It's a sneak peek into what people are going to hear on my full-length album that's coming out really soon. The cool thing about this that I love about Expansion is, well, for me, especially as an artist, sometimes I can be really tight with my music until it's released. And this is a way for me to share I've been recording a lot lately. I've been recording a lot the past couple of years. And so this is a way for me to also share the music that has not been released. So people are going to get a first listen and a first witness to this music that I am releasing.
Okay. All right. Talk to us about who's going to be performing with you. You're not going to sing over tracks, are you?
I am.
Oh, you're going to sing over tracks?
Yes, this is not a concert release party. Now, but listen, if I sing over tracks or if I sing with a live band, it's going to be an experience regardless.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's going to be I do have, so there's a song I have called This Is a Gift that I have some beautiful friends, Donnie Lene and Stacey Richardson. They sang backgrounds on that song with me. So they are going to accompany me on stage as well. So I am very, very excited about that. But I have been recording a lot of music.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. And you mentioned Stacey and you mentioned Donnie. And first of all, let me just give praise where praise is due. Because what I observe amongst you sisters is not the cat fighting that goes along with being a vocalist in Cleveland, because that does happen. But I just love the camaraderie between you all. You are very supportive of each other. You're not beyond paying for a ticket to see one of your sisters' performances. Mm-hmm. I think that's a beautiful thing. And so despite the fact that B. Golden and some of the other folks that you work with musically won't be there, they will be treated to hear your voice and hear those sisters' voices along with you.
Yes, I'm very, very excited. I'm excited for everyone that will be in the room and, for them to be able to even be available, because you never know. I mean, they gig, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times they are actually busy too. I'm like, are y'all free? They're actually coming. So I'm really excited for them to be able to share the stage with me on this song. We have such a beautiful, beautiful camaraderie and relationship. There's absolutely no competition. There's all love and all support. There's a few of us that are just very, very close. There's Gina, there's Vaughn, there's Thessalonia. She's down in Atlanta, but we're tight here, and of course there's so many different singers, so many different vocalists, artists here in Cleveland that are just absolutely amazing. And for me, especially because I was away for a long time. And I've been home for a while since 2008, but it did take me some time to feel like find where my tribe was in terms of, vocalists. Now I will, if I could support everybody all day, I certainly would, but it's beyond the music. We're really good friends. We're very, very much in each other's lives, and we support each other, whether it's music or family or whatever is going on in life. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I'm very, very excited for them to be there. And for all the artists that have, there are some artists that are like, I'm getting my ticket. So I'm excited for a lot of artists to be in the room, and for everybody who's going to show up, for sure.
Okay. Speaking of the room, you're having the event at Breakthrough Sounds down in Valley View. Give the folks some insight about why you chose that place and how they can get there.
Sure. So Breakthrough Sounds is a gem in our city. I love Breakthrough Sounds. I worked with Charles earlier this year on a song, and I love the energy there. I just love the energy. I love the fact that as an artist, of course, I can record there, but they also have a media room, and then they have this beautiful event space in the back. There's just so many ways you can go and explore your art, right? So it's in Valley View. I chose it because for me as an artist, I wanted to be in a room with good sound, for one. You got to have good sound if you're going to be singing, right? And I also wanted a room where when people come, they feel, wow, this is a creative space. It exemplifies who I am. I am a creative, right? So I wanted when people come that they felt like, oh, okay, we're going to get an experience. You come in that building, and it just has this beautiful, warm, rich, creative feeling in there. So I wanted people to feel that when they come. So I was very, very happy when I found out that the 27th was available, because I was looking for a while. I was like, I need to find the right space. And Charles actually told me that there was some other event that was happening, and the day that I called him, it opened up. So I was like, well, I guess I'm going to be at Breakthrough. So I'm very, very excited about it.
Well, I do know that Breakthrough is experiencing an uptick in awareness because they've been having networking events down there through the Assembly for the Arts and another organization that brings creatives together. So just so folks know, if you're traveling north from Cleveland, you get off at the Granger Road exit off of I-77.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll take Granger. Before you get to Canal Road, you'll need to make that left into that complex and find it. But there's plenty of parking, so you won't have to pay to park, which is a beautiful thing. Because, coming downtown to attend a musical event, sometimes you could pay more to park than you pay to get into the
Exactly. And that was one of the reasons, too. I said it needs to be accessible to everyone, to everybody. It needs to have great parking. I don't want to have people have to worry about parking. And I wanted it to be, just open. I actually was there today. So I actually viewed the space again. I've been there a couple of times, but I went again with, of course, a different, I'm like, ooh, this is going to go here. This is going to go here. We're going to put the tables there. There's going to be food. There's going to be light food and beverages, y'all. So y'all going to be able to eat as well. So, but when I was there, I was like, this is perfect, because people don't feel like they have to worry about, parking sometimes can be such a headache, and then people just don't even want to go, So I wanted to make sure that everyone feels comfortable. Also what I did for people who are I actually made a video today where when people come through the door, I actually did a path where they can see exactly where they need to go, because, there's a couple hallways they have to go through. So y'all listen, I'm trying to make this as simple and easy and expansive as possible. Okay.
Okay.
So everybody will know exactly how to get there.
Yes. Another plus about Breakthrough Sounds is that it's a Black-owned studio. That's
right. And Shaker. So I didn't realize until I went to Shaker. I came out in 97. I came out in 93. Sorry about that. I graduated college in 97. And Charles and I were just having a conversation, and he said, yeah, I went to Shaker. I said, oh, you went to Shaker. So that's a plus too. Shaker. Okay. Right. But everybody who's there, everybody who works there is amazing. Amazing.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I'll say this as well, Mariama. I know that everything about you is positive. When I see the things that you post, I see that you are doing what you can to enrich people's lives. It's almost as though if you're not already, you could be a life coach. just
Mm.
because of the wisdom that you impart from your life experience. And I don't think it should go unstated that you also come from some pretty impressive lineage. I mean, your mother, your aunt, creatives in the world of arts. You are a songwriter, and songwriters really do have the ability to instigate change, to promote change, and to provide a positive benefit to those who listen. And this is a direct opposition to a lot of the popular music that we are listening to on our radio airwaves today. How important is it for you to be able to put music that you write out there into the universe?
It's everything. It's so important. There are many artists doing, all different types of music, however they want to express themselves. It's fine however they want to do it. I am so connected to why I'm here. I am here. Sometimes even when I try to write a song that's kind of like, I'm like, that's just not me. I have to write what comes out of me. I have to write and I write from my own personal story. I am, a lot of people look at me and like, oh, you're so positive. You're so positive. Yeah, I have learned, and it doesn't mean that I'm always happy all the time. Y'all, believe me, I have had my struggles. I have my journey. Everybody does, right? However, I've really learned through everything, to be so grateful to be here, to be able to be aware of so much, to be able to learn really more about myself, is so amazing to me. To be conscious, like I'm learning as I'm getting older, as I'm getting wiser, I'll say that, is to really pay attention to myself, pay attention to the words that I say, pay attention to the fact that music is out there forever. It's out there forever. I'm not going to be here physically in the physical realm forever, but my music will be. I wanted to be able to touch people from my elders to young people. I'm really happy to say that I have some young fans. Like, that's really cool to me, that young people really enjoy my music. That's important to me. I've worked with a lot of young people for many, many, many years. So that actually keeps me grounded too, because there's so much out there for them to listen to. And if I can just be a disruptor of all of that, a positive disruptor of all of that, I'm cool with it. So it's very, very important for me to, even though I'm not necessarily trying, there's never a time where I'm like, oh, I'm going to make this positive song. It's just what comes out of me. And I'm very, very grateful for that my music is positive, and it also resonates with people. But it always comes from whatever I'm going through at the time. It's very, very personal.
So
yeah.
You've written this new song, Beyond. Tell us what Beyond is all about.
So I'll tell you the journey of Beyond. I have some collaborators in Illinois that I work with. I have a few collaborators throughout the country and throughout the city of Cleveland. And this particular song, I kept hearing the word beyond. I am beyond. I am beyond. I'm like, okay, yes, I am beyond. And I was just even thinking in certain situations in my own life that sometimes felt like I was stuck in a situation or a circumstance, and I would just tell myself, I'm beyond all this. I'm beyond this, right? So I'm like, I think this is an idea for a song. And I I came up with an a cappella version of the song. Sometimes when I record or I start music, I come up with the a cappella version. I put it's a full a cappella song with the chords and everything like that. Sometimes even the bass lines. And I sent it over to my collaborators, and maybe like a week and a half later, they sent me the track, and I was like, oh my God, like it was just so amazing. And so I went into the studio. I actually recorded at Wave Lab, FC on the beat, and I go over there a lot to record there. He's an amazing engineer. And so I went over there, recorded, and this song Beyond is really about affirming. It is a musical affirmation. It's saying I am beyond whatever situation I'm in, whatever circumstance I am in, I am beyond. Meaning I am big. I am bigger. There's sometimes we're in circumstances and we can feel so small, and we feel like the circumstance defines us. And so I say I am beyond, because I am defining myself not by the circumstances, but I'm defining myself by who I actually am. And I'm big, you know. And I tell you, Vince, this is, even this language that I'm using, even me saying I am big, this is new for me. This is new language for me. I'm learning a whole new language, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You know, and this song, the song, not just the lyrical content, but it's a fun song. People can jam to it, they can dance to it. It's a song that I want, when people listen to it, really raises their vibration. Yeah.
Yes. Well, when I hear the term beyond as you described it, I think about being beyond things like hate and racism and discrimination and all the things that weigh us down and bring us into a lower vibrational existence. So when we function above that,
Yes.
don't allow ourselves to be pulled into jealousy and envy and greed and all those things, we're really able to experience a better quality of life.
Oh, yes. Yes. We have the choice to choose whether whether we live in a hostile environment or we live in a friendly environment. Now, again, we see both, right? But we can decide which perspective we want to have, right? And again, even in the song, there's a lyric that I write: I'm beyond all these made up labels. I'm beyond all your tricks and fables. I know where I belong. I am beyond. And the isms, all the isms and all the schisms and everything, all those made up things that unfortunately have become a part of our consciousness and a part of our lives, they're all made up. Somebody made that up. Oh, okay, I can talk about that in a whole nother, but I'm just saying. But if we have music that can help us, if I can make music that can help people rise above that and see a different perspective, then I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for that. Yeah. Yeah. So beyond, that is on mariamawhyte.bandcamp.com. Now, people sometimes ask me, they're like, why isn't it on all the platforms yet? It will be eventually. Right now, it's on Bandcamp. As an artist, I like to be able to give people the opportunity who want to support, my downloading and purchasing. So I give them the opportunity to do that. It will eventually be on all platforms. But a lot of people don't really understand streaming. It takes a lot of streams in order to make any money in streaming. So I do want to let folks know that it is on mariamawhyte.bandcamp.com. Can I show them the
Sure.
Can I share and show them this? Okay, let me see how I do this here. Okay.
And just so you know, I've got a banner on the screen that gives folks the URL that they can go
Oh, okay.
to. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can do this. Share. Do you see it?
I do see it.
All right. So, hey, y'all, if y'all go there, this is my Bandcamp site here. I'm eclectic, soulful, and elevating. That's where I really believe my music lives. Eclectic, soulful, and elevating. So this is Beyond. You can see all the lyrics here. If you want to you can play it, you can stream it here. You can buy it right there for $1 or more. And here are the lyrics as well there. And then you can go here and see all the rest of my discography right there. All my releases are there. So yeah, that's me. Yeah.
And to amplify what you were saying about streaming and why I so wholeheartedly support you putting it on Bandcamp so that folks can purchase it, is because, as you said, artists don't really make a lot of money streaming on platforms like Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon Music. So, Prince got it right, because you could sell 50,000 copies of your single at 99 cents per download, and you'd have close to $50,000. But if you got 50,000 listens on Spotify, you might not even make $5.
Listen, and I'll tell you, speaking of Prince was probably the main reason why I decided not to go major, not to seek a major record label. Because when I said, if Prince is going through this and he wants to be independent, why would I want to be a major recording artist? Now, things have changed, of course, now, but I mean, Prince was a genius. I mean, Prince had eventually, once he, got out of that contract, eventually was able to really control and own his work. But he was such an amazing, amazing artist. And I remember looking and going, wow, if Prince is trying to get out of this, why do I want to get into it?
Well, I mean, he had a point. The music was recorded in his studio.
He did all the instruments.
He did everything. So why should you own something that somebody else created? There's something that seems so unfair about it. And I think, and again, this could be conspiracy theory and all of that. And I know folks like to go down that rabbit hole, but I think that's one of the reasons that he's not here today.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons that Michael Jackson is not here today. And he spoke about having fear for his life. His sister corroborated that. And what was at issue was his ownership of the Beatles catalog. That Sony Music catalog was worth a lot of money. And nobody is beyond being taken out. I mean, they assassinated President Kennedy, for goodness sakes. And then they took his brother out.
A lot of folks, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I would encourage folks to buy the single.
Yeah, and dance. See, and that's the thing. I'm actually coming to this space too. I love to dance, like on my own, but most of my music in the past have been, I would say, more mid-tempo to slower tempo songs. But this song, y'all put this thing on and just jam and just dance around the house. It's a fun song to dance to.
Right. You know what came to mind a few moments ago was the song that Pharrell wrote, Happy.
Yes.
Yeah. And that was a classic illustration of how something could be played so much and he got so little from it. So
right.
But
well, from streaming, he definitely got a lot out of it, from the movie and sync and all different. But yeah, from streaming, not much at all.
Yes.
Yeah. So that track, actually, the Beyond track, when I first heard it, my collaborators, I'd listened to it, and the guy who played the guitar, his name is Felton Offord. He was like, man, this kind of reminded me of Pharrell. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And I let my son hear it a few weeks ago before it was mixed. And he was like, this kind of give me Pharrell vibes. I'm like, oh, okay. Now, Lauren McGee, LK Andres, I'm sorry. He actually did the track. He is absolutely amazing. So I like that, although it's not, we're not trying to copy anybody, right? But it's nice to be able to hear something and go, oh, wow, that reminds me of this great musician or producer. So I'm really glad that it has that familiar feeling to people. Yeah.
Right.
Beyond.
Totally relate. I wrote a song about a month ago. It's actually a gospel song, but I've written it in such a way that I could make it gospel, I could make it secular, but the crux of it is that it's a very uplifting, upbeat song. I mean, I've been sitting at my piano, I've been playing the song, and it just takes me to a place of bliss. It takes me to a happy place when I'm playing that song. If nobody on earth gets to hear it but me, it makes me a happy person. And I can only imagine how you feel when you write a song like the one that you've written, and then you have all this energy to share it with the world.
Yeah. You know what? Can I play will it be able to play if I play just a little bit of it? I'm gonna play just a little tad so they can hear the energy here. This is so much easier than Zoom. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's so much easier than Zoom. Okay, let me go here. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna give y'all a little snippet, and then y'all can hear the rest later. Excuse me, my imagination gets the best of me. My jam. I tend to believe in all my wildest dreams. They say there is no way to stay inside your walls, stay inside your place. But I decided that ain't the way for me. I'm beyond just making these ends for me tonight.
I think I hear Donnie in there.
Uh-huh.
living for
I think I hear Donnie.
night.
You know what?
And beyond these made up labels, beyond your tricks and fables, I know where I belong. Beyond, I am.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. I love that.
You like that? Yes.
Oh
That's like, listen,
yeah.
it's
Oh
my
yeah.
jam. So you
They
said you
need to
heard
be
Donnie.
banging this one in the yeah.
Oh,
They need
this
to
is
be banging this one in the clubs.
this is the one. This is the one. I'm gonna get this to some DJs and everything. Believe me, I
Yeah.
love the idea of this song. So I want to, I want to spread this message as far and as far and wide as I can. And so you mentioned Donnie. So all of those vocals are mine. That's all me.
Okay.
Yeah. So you might have thought maybe the lower version or the lower.
It was just, the tone of something that I was hearing kind of reminded me of her.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's all you, and I know that that's something that a lot of singers have done, layering. I mean, Luther Vandross was good at doing that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
the magic of the studio, and you can be so versatile in what you do as a vocalist, and so
Yes.
overdubbing is definitely an art. So I want to congratulate you on what you've already done and what you are going to do. I have a strong feeling about this song, and I'm very
Thank you.
hopeful.
I do too.
You're,
Thank you.
yeah, you're already on the map, but we got to blow you up so that the whole world gets a picture of you and what you do. I was listening to NPR earlier today, and I heard an interview that was done with a young lady who performed at the Olympics. I think she did the closing song. Her name is Esau. I never heard of her. I didn't watch the Olympics, so I don't know about her.
Yeah,
But
she's from France. She was from France.
yeah,
Mhm,
is she
mhm.
black?
I believe so.
Okay, because I
I
kind
you
of
know,
got the
I
feeling
I
that
believe she is. Mhm.
okay. I tried to look her up, but I didn't know how to spell her name. And when I went to Spotify and I put the title of her album in there or the single, nothing came up for her.
Oh,
But
really? Okay. Huh.
yeah, but I was really struck by one, the fact that she had never been on a stage that large before and what it actually did for her and her
Mm,
career. Because she's not somebody that just, materialized out of nowhere. But, a lot of her music is born out of struggle.
mm,
It's born out of pain. She has a single on her album called Suicide.
mm,
She has another song that deals with the plight of Black people and how they're treated, not just in France, but how they're treated here in America. So, what I got from that is that a person's personal experience can have a tremendous impact on what they write as an artist. And what I appreciate about you is that you can bring positivity from your experience to
mm,
share with others in a way that is uplifting. So I listened to that
mm.
song and I just imagine folks riding around in the car and the head is going,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I really appreciate the gift of being able to do that.
Hmm.
There are definitely some times where, that I do definitely have some songs that I would say feel more somber,
Hmm.
but I
Hmm.
listen to them and I'm like, there's still that positive peace around it, even if it may make you feel a little bit like, "Ooh, what is she talking about here?" Um, I really feel like that's a real gift that I'm very, very grateful for because I really want to always, regardless of what the subject matter is, I just want to lift people, and let them know that their struggles, things that they must overcome. Believe me, I have I have my own story that some people know, not everybody knows. But I have my own story that for me, sometimes for you, sometimes I cry at night, you know? Sometimes I get lonely. Sometimes I'm like, "Well, we're all human, right?" But I'm grateful to be able to turn those struggles and create story to really help, not just to help someone else. First, it helps me. I mean, my music for me, I'm like, oh my God, this is such a great song. Thank you. Thank you, God, for giving me this song for me. And then I'm able to share that with the world. So
Yes.
I'm really grateful for that gift. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you that it's unquestionable that artists are really the change agents in this world, you know.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so those of us who have the gift have an obligation to use it, especially since it is something that comes from the creator, whether you believe or you don't believe.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Hmm.
where it comes from. And
Yeah.
so you got the gift, you got to use it, and
Yes.
I commend you for doing so. You
Can I say
mentioned,
this? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Vince.
no, go ahead.
I was going to say something that you said, about artists being the change agent. I truly believe that. Like, I truly, truly believe that in all my heart. Even if I wasn't an artist, because I look at artists, I'm like, oh my God, look at the amazing, changes, even in history, that music and art and everything has been able to do. And that's why for me, an event like Expansion is so important, because not just for me, I want to be able to inspire other artists to do this for themselves, for them to really understand like how important it is for them to to have their own agency, to be able to say, look, I have this music, I have this painting, I have this play, I have whatever, and create their own experience for themselves, but also to create it for their community, because it can truly change people's lives. And in so many different ways, artists are completely taken advantage of by all different types of industries, right? And if we can, and this is just where I am right now, this is where I had to grow into this. I had to grow into this ownership of saying, okay, look, I'm going to put together my own show. I don't necessarily have to do the $150 gig or whatever. And I mean, everybody at their own stage, right? But I remember feeling at some point, I said, you know what, Mariama, you don't have to wait for so and so to say, come do this project, or I want you to do this. Take it all and create it yourself. I truly want to be able to inspire more artists to do that for themselves, because I'm out here promoting and doing all kinds of, skits and everything like that or whatever. And and it's so exciting for me. But what it's doing for me, honestly, is expanding even my own idea of what's possible around art, and so I want to be able to do that for other artists. I want to be able to inspire other artists as well too.
Yeah. Well, I will say that you have inspired me. I mean, I see some of the clips that you put up, the editing that goes into it. I'm like, "Dang, she getting down. I need to
Look,
take some
me
notes."
and iMovie, we be best friends over here.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
yeah.
I use iMovie. There's some folks who use Adobe Premiere and all those top level video editing programs, and you have to spend money on a license, and you're paying a monthly or yearly fee and
Mhm.
all that. iMovie works for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If I want something fancier, I'll hire somebody else to do that. But until then, look, hey, I'm just trying to get the story out, just try to get the point across.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, with me, expansion is an idea, that I want to continue to spread. This may be something that I may do every year. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm very excited about being able to be a vessel of inspiration for other people. Yeah. Yeah.
So, just a couple more questions before we wrap things up. You mentioned album, and I'm just curious, does that mean that you're actually going to put out some vinyl?
I don't know about vinyl. I don't know if it'll be for now. It's actually, I'm actually doing a CD. So I know folks are like, CDs, people don't buy CDs. People still buy CDs. I have done events and people buy my CDs. I'm like, okay, well, if y'all gonna buy them, I will continue to make them. So what I'm doing, this is gonna be very, very different from what I've done in the past. So I'm making a full-length album. I'm gonna have a special edition CD album. So actually the special edition is going to have some songs and some demos on there that are not on the online version. So that's how I'm doing that. So I I feel like with vinyl, I think sometimes you have to have like a certain amount of songs, or like the more songs you have on it, sometimes the quality may depreciate a little bit. I have to do my research about vinyl. I would love to be able to say, hey y'all, get my vinyl. But I'm going to do a little bit more research and figure out which songs would go on a vinyl if I decide to do that. So that's what I'm doing. So for instance, when people go to expansionwithmariamawhyte.com, they will find different ways, different ticket tiers. So there's general admission, and then there's a bundle. If they want to bring a +1, they can do that as well. But then the second tier is you can buy the general admission ticket, but it's an upgrade, and you can get a pre-order of the special edition. It's autographed. It's an autographed pre-order of the special edition CD. And that's going to be delivered by mid-December. So this is coming up really quick. The online version is going to be available next year, at the top of next year. The third tier that I have is actually if people want to have a coaching session with me. So it's actually a steal. So if anybody's watching this and wants some coaching, so I'll tell you what I do with coaching. I help people who want to be able to present themselves more confidently, whether that's in a presentation, a speech, an audition, a performance. I help people with that. I also help people with their dreams. However they want to be able to focus on their goals. I help people with that as well. And Vince, you even said something about being a life coach. People have told me that I'm a life coach, just not necessarily, it's not necessarily on paper yet, you know, but I love to be able to help people discover more of who they are. And this is all, you know, through experience and expertise. I read a lot on what's going on in the brain. A lot of people don't know this. I actually went to school initially for pre-med. So I have a very I love science. I love science and I love how it all works. So people can have that VIP package as well. So I actually have I have a client, a former client, who came on board. She said, hey, I need some more help with the presentation. So she's actually coming to the event, and she got that coaching package that comes with the music as well. So I have a lot of different options it's very expansive. That's all I can say. Oh, and I'll say this too. My mother is my MC. She's going to MC the event. Yeah. So we just talked about it the other day. She was like, you're going to have an MC? And I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, who would it be? And I said, would you want to be my MC? She said, sure. So I'm excited that my mother is going to be my MC. Yeah. Can I show people? I forgot to show people the site. I just wanted to give them kind of a, so when they come onto it here, present, share screen. I'm getting good at this, Vince.
All right. See, I'm helping school you a little bit, huh?
I appreciate it. I need to get on StreamYard more often. So here is my homepage here. Expansion, special evening of inspiration, entertainment, and connection. So here, this is the important page. I mean, all of it is important, okay? But this is for people who want to know, like, why would I want to come? If you have been wanting a way to feel empowered, celebrated, and transformed, be uplifted with soulful, moving, and inspiring music, explore a fun, refreshing, and out of the ordinary experience, connect and network with new people in the Cleveland area, expand outside of your comfort zone in an enriching creative environment. You will get all of that and more at Expansion. So they will have an exclusive opportunity to experience a unique mix of entertainment, inspirational speaking, and networking all in one event. Be the first to hear a new uplifting message created especially for you toward your journey to success and expansion, and be the first to witness one of Cleveland's premier vocalists. These are other people's words, not mine. Cleveland's premier vocalist sing a special set of her music, including never before heard songs. So then they can go through and, you know, find out a little bit more about me. And scroll down and be able to, let me scroll down here, and then be able to find all the different tiers. So it starts at $49 and then it goes up from there. Okay. So I wanted to make sure that people saw that. And I will say this too, advanced tickets are required. The cost will go up slightly 2 days before the event. So I'm going to close at the current price. I'm going to close these sales on the 25th. We're getting food. We have to get a good head count. We're getting people getting gift bags. Y'all look, and I'll say this. Some people were like, "Oh, girl, you get a $49 ticket." I said, "Look, you're getting way more value. You're getting way more. You're going to get way more of an experience and more value, way more than $49 ever could." Right. So I want to say that because for me, in most cases, I would, when I've had an event, it has been less than that. But folks are getting networking. You never know who you're going to meet at any networking event. You're getting an inspirational message from a TEDx speaker and a keynote speaker. So I'm pulling out all the stops, y'all. And I'm going to give
Mariama,
you a full show.
Let me just tell you this. You're worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something that a lot of people miss because they're used to seeing us all the time. But there's no difference between you and somebody like Jill or somebody like India or whatever. They just happen to be somewhere else and they come here. And because they're known to the level that they're known, people are willing to spend $100 for a ticket. Mm-hmm. But in terms of the actual talent, there's no difference between you and them. Mm-hmm. So we really do have to educate our brothers and sisters on the value of our talent because folks take us for granted. Walter Barnes could be playing at Rudy's on Sunday and then the next week be standing on stage with Babyface. And I guarantee you he's getting paid a lot more to play with Babyface than he's getting paid to play at Rudy's. Definitely. No disrespect to Rudy's, but when you go to that concert and you see him standing on that stage, you paid $100 to hear him play the bass. So, we've got to get beyond that because the artists deserve the support for what they do.
Exactly.
You can come to this event and hear something that would change your life, and it would be worth way more than the $49 that you spent to get in the door. Plus, you didn't just pay for a ticket; you walk out there with a swag bag.
Exactly. Hey, yes. Yes.
So, yeah. Don't scrimp on the tickets, and
and some food. You get some food in you too.
Get something to eat. You go to Playhouse Square. You're gonna pay $10 for a drink. You're gonna pay $10 for a hot dog or something like that. By the time you finish that night, you've spent $200 or $300. You spent $20 to park. You paid for the drinks. You paid for the tickets.
Tell the people, Vince. Tell the people.
Yeah. I know I'm preaching to your choir. But the folks out there who see this or hear this, please know that it will be worth every penny that you spend to get there.
Definitely. Yes. So I'm excited about it. Thank you so much for inviting me to share. Always good to connect with you, and just chit chat, about what's going on. And I really appreciate your support always.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to support it, and I'm happy that we have mutual respect as artists. I'll just be fully transparent with the audience. You asked me to take some photographs and you didn't ask them for free.
Oh no.
And that really meant a lot to me. Now I'm getting to a place where folks will call me because they want me to take pictures of them. I shot a new Vibe a couple of weeks ago, and I was happy to do it for them. They opened up for Cat Pack, and it was just great seeing them on stage in those circumstances. But to be able to document what they did and then share my work with them, and then to go online and see my work, just like I see one of my photographs on your cover page. I'm looking at it like, oh, I recognize that, but I ain't salty because you paid for it.
Yeah, hey, right. Yes. Look, I'm like, how can I, even sometimes, we have to barter sometimes here and there, whatever, but I'm always, look, what we do, we love what we do and we work hard. And we should, like everybody else who has their jobs and their businesses, should be compensated. And for whatever reason, artists, in some arenas, in some areas, people, for whatever reason, I mean, I know the reasons that will take too long to get into, art sometimes has been looked at as like, we just kind of throw it away. We wouldn't
Yes.
be able to live without artistic expression. Literally. Just wouldn't be
Exactly.
able to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
One last thing. You mentioned life coaching, and you may not have a degree in it, but our grandmothers and our great grandmothers dispensed wisdom. They didn't have degrees either, but
Mhm.
they told you what you needed to do to know, and if you acted upon it, you saw a good result. So
Mhm.
keep
You're right.
doing what you do, keep
Thank you.
singing, keep writing,
I will. I won't stop. I will not
and I
stop.
will. All right, Mariama Whyte, you will be appearing 7th of October at 4 p.m. You want to be there on time, not the
Yes.
CP clock, not the other people
Come
time
on
clock.
time. You never
Be
know who you're
there
gonna
4
meet. Come
o'clock.
on time.
There it is. And you can go to the website. It is on your screen. You can write it down, go to that website, get your tickets, and put your face in the place to be on October 27th.
That is right.
Mariama Whyte, it's been a joy.
Thank you so much, Vince. I had a wonderful time chatting with you.
All right. And as always, know yourself, love yourself, and be yourself. Have a great day. Peace.
Peace.